So I definitely went to start like gathering this video so I could edit it. And I'm sorry I look so sweaty, workout clothes, you feel me. But yeah, I realized there was no footage to gather because I did not film it. So we're gonna film it real quick and then I'll get it like onto the computer, go change, clean up, and then start editing. I probably should have like done that first, but you know, here we are. I want to make sure I get this done before Judah gets up from his nap. He's only been down a little over an hour, so I've got time, but just in case, had I gone and changed first, he would have like got up weirdly early for whatever reason. So here we are. 1 second. Jagger, can we turn this down a little bit? We could turn it back up after Mom's done filming.
Do it. I do myself. Here's my key.
So today's video is everything I made in July. It's now August 19th, so I'm a little bit behind because I thought I already did this, but here we are. So I'll scoot over so I can pop this stuff up on screen here and we'll get started. These are in no particular order, and this is primarily market prep and then a couple of different gifts for people. So I made a bunch of chickens. This is the Oak and Marlow chicken pattern. I made some beige, I made some of the ivory tweed, I think it's called, ones that are under the beige. I made some like reddish orange ones and some black and some of the variegated pink because people really seem to like those. I made a bunch of ducks. These sell pretty well. This is a gift that I made for my sister-in-law for her baby shower. So it's a Highland cow lovey. And it's wearing some like cowboy boots because I made some cowboy boots for the baby and just for funsies put them on the cow. But here's just the boots by themselves. I made this bluey for my son Judah because his birthday was August 6th and we did his birthday party on the 3rd and he really likes bluey, so I made him a bluey and his birthday party was bluey. I made this Pikachu. This was also, yeah, remember? This was also at the request of my children because that's what they do. Okay, this is the, I'm sorry, the lighting is terrible in this picture. This is the lone floral duck that I made, and just, I've not used that yarn for ducks before, and so I want to see if people like it before I like make a bunch like that, but I do think it came out pretty cute. I made this lovey, and I guess I should have been saying for like all of these, but I didn't. This is Crochet by Jenna's possum lovey pattern. It has no eyes and it stayed not having eyes, and I'm not even going to embroider eyes because I just kind of like it like this. But yeah, I made this possum lovey. This duck is, I believe the designer is Haru Crochets. I could be saying that wrong, but they had the original chicken, duck, rooster, whatever. Yeah, it was a mallard duck, a yellow chick, and then like a rooster in this like body shape. So they ended up doing like a full bird pattern pack extension of all different kinds of birds, and I liked this one because my grandma used to have these birds and I'm having like a blonde moment on what they're called. Yeah, it's not gonna come to me. It'll come to me as soon as I shut this off. But yeah, bird, you guys are familiar. They look like this except in bird shape. But yeah, I made a few of those for markets. This is also a Crochet by Jenna pattern, and I just thought it was fun, so I made it. This is a Crochet Grove pattern, and I don't know if you'll be able to see on screen, but I had to make 3 because I couldn't decide which button eye I wanted to use for them. So there's like a blue button eye, a yellow button eye, and a pink button eye. And the pink button eye is like a flower, so like it was big decisions. So I just figured I'd make 3 because these take like less than an hour to make, so they were pretty quick. I did not, this technically shouldn't be in here, but I took a picture because I like got a new label and thing, tag, label, thing. What are they called? It's not a label. I guess it would kind of be a tag. I don't know. These have like a name. But I didn't make the scrunchies this month. My scrunchies are already made from like the very last market I did. I like restocked all my scrunchies. But I got the little like label thing to put on it. And I've had these before, except I got them on Temu. So after a couple of markets in the humidity, they all basically like came off. So I stopped using them. But I just got these on Amazon and they stick a lot better. But like fool me once, so I also stapled it. And you could see the staple at the top, and I don't necessarily think it fully detracts. What I didn't realize though is there's 2 little holes in these, so these are quite obviously meant for like earrings, except I didn't notice that when I purchased it. So yep. But I guess if you want to get these too, I just didn't like pop out the little earring hole thing on them. I'm gonna try to like get them to like stay in there so it looks like there's not holes in it. But I mean, worst case scenario, they come out and it is what it is. But I think it's a nicer way to display my scrunchies, because now I have the option of like using a hook and hanging them, and I have like all different colors and things, so that could be fun. And I've got a bunch of hooks, so yeah. Also, more Crochet by Jenna. She made her own sleeping dragon pattern, so I made these 2 sleeping dragons, obviously market prep. They're really cute. You could see on the pink one I missed one of the bobble stitches for the like spikes on the back, so that's my bad. But it's still pretty cool, and I ended up doing eyes on them. I don't remember what eyes I did on them, but they're good size. They're solid. I did it in burlap blanket with an 8mm hook, so obviously if you're not using burlap blanket, and I guess technically the pink one is actually in that Posh yarn, but as I do with every yarn that's like thinner than I'd like it to be, I just held it double stranded, and lo and behold, it's like the same size as the burlap blanket. But yeah, it's, if you make it in thinner yarn, it'll be smaller. That's why I like the 8mm hook and burlap blanket, because it makes like a good size toy. And in my head, the bigger the toy, the more I can sell it for. So that's one of the things I take into account when I price. And if you guys don't know, I've mentioned it once or twice in videos so far, but I'm fully now accounting for materials. I'm fully accounting for time. Like I've always accounted for time. I judge harshly the people who don't account for time at this point, who have the experience to know that they should be accounting for time. If you're new and you're not pricing effectively, like you get a little bit of a pass because you're new, but like heed the advice of people who want to make their business profitable. And by profitable, I don't mean suck other people dry of money. I just mean make sure my business is like able to like self-sustain, so I'm not pulling money out of my household to run my business. You want to account for time, and anyone says you can't account for time in crochet is either making things and bringing them to markets that are not necessarily the friendliest of market makes. And yes, it is harder to sell something that takes like 6, 8, 10 hours to make, but you like counterbalance that by having those like bigger high price ticket items and then some like lower priced smaller ticket items. And that's how you like hit everybody's budget. You don't just take something that took you 10 hours and sell it for $10. Last year, I was definitely accounting for time, but I was not accounting for materials. And then I started just like to experiment. And now that I'm making bigger things because I'm faster, it actually was taking a fair bit more yarn than I was accounting for. Because when I was first getting started and overwhelmed by the concept of like accounting for materials, I was making things like all from Jade's Mini Octos. Like, of course this is not using that much yarn, so like if you're gonna skip accounting for materials, make sure it's on something like this size. But now that I'm making stuff like this size, this size, this size, it's definitely making a big difference in my pricing. And I don't feel bad about also making sure I'm charging my worth in this economy, because yarn is not free, and I buy a lot of it and I use even more. I don't remember why we were talking about pricing. The last thing I made was this pattern test for Crochet by Jenna, and it was a sleeping Charmander, which she has labeled, I don't know if it's on her Etsy yet, as sleeping dragon or sleeping fire dragon, something like that. I just wanted to like pattern test for her, and I'm one of her patrons. So yeah, when she like put out this call, I was just like, yeah, I'm market prepping, let me make something big, because some of her stuff lately has been like real big, and as you can see, this is a thick boy, and it was really fun. It was cool. I liked it. That's gonna be all for this video, and now I can get it into the computer and start like uploading it so I can then go edit it. And now we're gonna be back where I thought I already was. But yeah, if you like more crochet content, I'm gonna guess maybe this side, because I feel like I normally guess this side and I'm wrong, and one of these days I'm gonna remember. Is it this side? But yeah, if you like more crochet content, it's somewhere, and I will see you guys in the next one.